Good morning. We have some early morning shade here in Long Canyon. This looks like a good place to take a break and talk some anime.
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop is a futuristic sci-fi action anime with a small but engaging cast and a slick storytelling style. The DVD box boasts that it was voted the greatest anime of all time, Lord knows by whom. I won't praise it to that extent, but it is a fun anime. It's distinguished by a trio of very engaging adult characters and a smooth storytelling style driven by a dressy soundtrack. It's 2070 and mankind now lives spread out across the terraformed inner planets and Galilean moons, connected by jump gates. Earth not so much anymore. Civilization is a mix of the ultramodern and the old, beat-up spaceships, small settlements, and big gleaming cities that mix the rich with the poor and the honest with the criminal. In short, the period was so far like the present period that some of its noisiest authorities insisted on it being received, for good or for evil, in the superlative degree of comparison only. Spike Siegel is a spacefaring bounty hunter, a so-called space cowboy, bouncing around the universe, eking out a living, hunting down criminals for the police. He's got a cool vibe going, much more laid-back than Sam Spade, a little closer to Brett Maverick. Jet Black is his current partner, the owner of a well-worn interplanetary spaceship they live in. Jet's a bit more focused on the job than Spike. After a couple of episodes, the impoverished Spike and Jet wandering around trying to collect some bounties to make money for some food, they run into another wandering bounty hunter, the lovely Faye Valentine. After a few more episodes, they'll pick up Ed, a young computer hacker. She serves as a minor character and information provider via the galactic internet. They all live together in the same spaceship, sometimes partners, sometimes competitors, more like it was a spacefaring apartment building. The stories are mostly self-contained and episodic. Some are action-oriented, adventures hunting down criminals. Some are more quiet character pieces, occasionally exploring people from the character's past, and some are mostly for amusement. All 26 of these episodes are stylishly told. The major charm of the show is the characters, both individually and in their dynamic interactions. They don't play as best friends, nor as bickering rivals, nor do they do a lot of cheap banter like a Hollywood buddy flick. Each is just as comfortable in a story individually as they are working together. Unlike a lot of anime, Cowboy Bebop stars adults who've been around the block and gotten their lives all messy. The series will spend a few episodes poking into each character's past. Spike is the star and has the cool factor going for him. He also has a secret past from the criminal world, centering on an old flame, for whom he still carries a torch, and a man who done him wrong, with the unlikely name of Vicious. Spike's past will pop up a few times over the course of the series. If there's a central plot to Cowboy Bebop, this is it. Jet's past is as a cop. He doesn't discuss the reasons why he walked away from the job, nor how he came to need an artificial arm, but those elements will pop up in the show as well. Faye has an even more mysterious past because even she doesn't know it. She doesn't have any memories of her early life. She won't admit it, but she'd really like to know where she came from and why she lost all her memories. Ed's a minor player in the show and much younger, but she's got issues too, and there'll be an episode devoted to her as well. All these backstories will get a couple of episodes each over the course of the series. The motley collection of misfits proves capable of sustaining the light action that's the series' bread and butter, and also of supporting the occasional change of pace into light comedy or sentiment or even some drama. By the conclusion, we'll learn that these three really do care about one another, though none of them will actually ever admit it. In an unusual move, as we draw near the end of the 26 episodes, the story will actually start to dissolve the partnerships it established in the first half dozen episodes.
スパイク、お前話をわざとそらしてるぜ。隠してることでもあるのか？
ないな。
勇気はないってことか。
お互いにな。
このドアなんでこんなに狭いわけ？あら、お邪魔？
厄介者が首を突っ込むな。
ま、いいけどね。
おい待てよ、スパイク！
Cowboy Bebop is directed by Shinichiro Watanabe. The artwork has some nice clean drawings and plenty of detail, and some interesting choices of viewing angles and lots of imaginative scene cuts. The off-world city designs downplay the sci-fi aspect of the environment, depicting streets and buildings that are largely indistinguishable from a current city. The same is true of most of the weapons. Though Spike's ship has an energy cannon of some sort, he mostly sticks to a very normal-looking gun and some knives. And while we visit half a dozen inhabited worlds, and each of them retains some specifically unique structures, there's a very terrestrial sameness about all of those worlds as well. That fits with the film noir mood of the stories, though it's disappointingly unimaginative for a futuristic sci-fi series. Anticipating this future isn't what this series is about. The animation is fluid, though no longer quite as spiffy as it seemed a decade ago when the series was released. It still holds up very well today. I enjoyed some of the space details, such as the attention to gravity, even though it isn't always consistent. Yoko Kanno's music adds a lot to the show. It's mostly jazz with a touch of other genres. It fits the film noir stylings perfectly, and unlike a lot of shows that have a few tunes, there are a lot of different compositions spread over these episodes. Cowboy Bebop rates 4.5 stars. No, I don't think it's the best anime ever made, but it's high on my list. It's a collection of entertaining stories whose engaging characters, slick style, and cool music all hold up well after a decade. Bandai's English dub came off well too, with the major voices getting the characters just about dead right. In fact, I think it may be one of the best English dubs made. Just because the first couple of times I watched it in Japanese, I think I still have a sentimental attachment to the Japanese voices. Cowboy Bebop is 26 episodes, available in the US on 6 DVDs from Bandai. It also had a successful run on the US Cartoon Network several years back. A movie came out a few years after the TV series ran, which I'll get to presently.
Thanks for watching.